Going well, going well. Light day today. Next 2 days, really. Although we got some pitchers got to throw today and tomorrow at the back end, but going fine. Going fine. Injury update. I think Corey's taking some swings today.
Exciting.
So, and Young, he's coming around. So, we think he'll be good to go in those exhibition games. Talking about Josh Young, I can answer better on Corey in a week or so. Where we're at with him.
So you think Josh will get in some exhibition games?
Yeah, that's the plan. He feels good. We're just taking it easy to avoid the setbacks, but he's doing very well.
And Corey's just swinging off a tee today, or is he swinging?
He's light swings.
Light swing.
Yeah.
Is Josh slowly progressing running, or are you guys still like just jog?
It's slowly right now.
But more than 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hernandez is throwing today, right?
Johnny's on a bump today.
Is there enough time for him to get innings in to be a factor for you?
I'd say that's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. We'll see how he comes out of this. See how he feels tomorrow. So it's going to be day to day with him where we're at. If I had to bet on it, I'd say he may need a little bit more time, but he could prove us wrong today in the next couple of days how he bounces back.
Well, the other thing is, to this point, your relievers have been such a pleasant. Your relief work has been very pleasant for you. So
Yeah, really, really good, yeah.
So, I mean, it gives you you don't have to worry about trying to rush it.
Right. No, this is not. We're not pushing them, rushing them, or anything like that. To your point, yeah, our guys in the pen are throwing the ball very well.
Kind of on the topic of relievers, Mark Church was mentioning that Nathan Eovaldi had really kind of helped him figure some stuff out this spring. And, we all know what Eovaldi can do on the mound, but what do you think of his impact kind of behind the scenes and with younger pitchers?
It's been really cool to see how Nate has done such a great job of just watching these guys throw their bullpens and doing all he can to help make them better players. And that's what good teammates do. And he's as good a teammate as I've had on trying to help these guys. And so it's always good to have the players' peers, step in the breach and help them. So those guys are hard to find, to be honest, and for Mark to be throwing the ball the way he is, and mention how Nate has played a part in that. It's really cool. That's what you always hear. Great players make their teammates better. Well, Nate certainly does that.
Is Nate down to go 5 today?
Yeah, 4 to 5.
At this point in the spring, what do starters have left to do? Are they're still tinkering, but are they now, instead of more, what are they doing? More specific things?
They're getting ready. It's time to get ready. At this time of the season, there's not a lot of tinkering going on. You saw the game yesterday on both sides. It's time to get in that mode, that you're going to be in when the season starts, because you run out of starts. So now, if you're going to talk about, let's say, a Dunning, sure, doesn't mean you don't still mix in a split or something on things you're working on, but still, it's all about starting to fine tune and execute the pitches that you need to do during the season.
which will reach, this week will be 2 weeks from opening day. And we're really pretty much at the midpoint of exhibitions. You've said nice things about Wyatt Langford and his performance. Has he made any beyond impressions? Is he?
You trying to get me to say something?
Yeah, I am, actually.
No, we got 2 weeks to go, so that's, we're going to keep throwing not just Wyatt, players that are competing here for a spot on the team, keep throwing them out there. And hey, there's no getting around it. The kid's, he's been fun to watch him. He's incredible talent, and we'll keep getting his at-bats out there. He's going to DH today. Feels fine that he'll play tomorrow back out in left field. So he's doing what he needs to do. He's got a great presence about him. I tell you what was impressive yesterday is how fast he got down the line on that ground ball to third.
Yeah, people talk about the bat so much, but I've heard the speed is.
Yeah, the speed would work anywhere in the outfield. And he's playing the toughest. Probably, I think here in spring training, Murph can probably answer it better than me. But I've seen a lot of balls out there in left field get lost in the sun.
How was Foster?
He's playing today. He's
Okay.
good. He's back in there today. We're just being a little cautious with him after what happened with Nate Lowe, but where he kind of felt it was not didn't have the level of concern where in the side it's a little more concerning.
Okay.
This was more toward the back.
I want to go back to one thing on Langford.
I was trying to move on.
I know. For this situation to take place, right? The kid's got to have really special talent. He's got to perform. He's got to. There's got to be an opportunity for him. And I think also you've got to have enough, support around him, lineup-wise, to make sure that, a young kid doesn't get swallowed up. And it does feel like all those conditions seem to be favorable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, all that makes sense. I think, to add to that is just, having an ability to handle everything that's been thrown at them, have a mental toughness to come in here and get off to the start that he did where the results weren't there and be able to handle it and not have a panic about you or a loss of confidence. You never saw that with him. He's, along with the talent, he's got the special makeup that I think is going to make him just a tremendous player and have a tremendous career.
With Josh dealing with this thing, Davis Wenzel's still in camp. What have you thought of Davis? This is because he wasn't in camp last year, so he didn't get
He came over a lot, but I like Davis. He's got a really good glove. Can play short too, second, first base. I haven't put him there, but he could play there, and he's a threat at the plate. Obviously, numbers against lefties are, really good. So, it's nice to have the depth of, Davis Wenzel, in case something happens.
He was a catcher.
And I say that, but he's still here. He's still getting his playing time and competing for a spot.
He was a catcher in high school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, makes you like him more, doesn't it?
These ex-catchers are looking pretty good.
Tsunami from NHK Japan.
Uh-huh.
You met with Hideki Kuriyama, the WBC coach, this morning, and I think I heard you say you wanted to pick his brain. You might have been joking, but Can you tell me what you talked about and what you learned from him?
Yeah, I wasn't joking. Now, we haven't had a chance to really, just sit down and talk baseball and talk about, the fundamentals and things like that. And, you can learn from everybody. And he's had a tremendous career, being a WBC champion. And so we're glad to have him here. We just had a staff meeting and let him sit in on it to kind of see how we do things. And but as the day goes, I'm going to be talking to him. He's going to be at the game in the dugout, and I'll be asking him questions just like he'll be asking me probably. And so we'll be talking baseball. And I've been to Japan twice with teams, and I know one thing: they're very, very good at the fundamentals. They execute as well as anybody because they work very hard on them. And so, but we'll be passing ideas and thoughts. So I'm looking forward to spending some time with them today.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
I know you are.
You got like a genuine first look at Barrero yesterday, and the throw was. How would you grade that throw?
If you grade it 1 to 10, it'd have to be a 10 with the release and the strength of the arm and right on the money. I mean, just a perfect throw. It was impressive. First time we had seen him, and I was looking for him to swing the bat. I know he's played a lot of infield, probably hasn't played all that much out there. So I think he showed, his athleticism by making a play like that with not that much experience there.
And the bat?
Yeah, the bat. He's got strength. He's got quickness. So, that's an area that he's looking to improve on. That's why we got him, probably, to be honest, because that's what's come along a little slower than he had hoped. So, with Donnie and Tim and, our hitting guys, it's, in a few days they'll be doing some things with him, see if they can help. But I thought he had some good at-bats yesterday. He looks quiet up there. He took some, pretty good pitches. And, of course, he smoked the ball the one time. And so we just want him to be himself right now. We're not going to, hit him hard, but I'm looking forward to, getting a chance to see more of him, especially after that first game, the way he swung the bat and, of course, the throw that he made.
You got an infield game for him?
Yeah, at some point, he'll be out there.
So shortstop is his best.
Yeah, he can play up the middle. Yeah,
I mean, he's on the 40, but he's out of options, so
right,
you may not have a huge window to look at him.
right. And you see this a lot in spring training. Guys that are pretty good players that become available because there's not room on the team's roster that they're with. So no, this is not uncommon.
Bochy, you're about a month in. Are you able to compare this spring training post-championship to the previous that you've experienced?
Well, I will say I haven't done a lot of comparing, but I will say I think we're in a better position right now when you look at the bullpen, number one. You look at it, I think we're a little bit stronger than where we were last year, only because of Leclerc's situation, and really didn't know, our high leverage relievers at that point. We had Johnny Hernandez and Will Smith and Bochy, but I think we even have more options now. So that, that's a sign of relief. Now, I'm saying this with the injuries that we have right now, but we're staying confident that these guys will be ready. If not on opening day, probably within the first week, with the exception of Lowe. So we are a little banged up, so I have to be honest there. And there should be a level of concern because we got 3 of our infielders that are not ready to play. So it's important that, we continue to rehab them in the right way so they'll be ready close to opening day, if not opening day.
I assume the last 2 days, playing Smith at shortstop and Duran at third is just to make sure that those guys both get time at both positions.
Right.
There's nothing that you've seen of Duran at shortstop that makes you want to look at Smith more.
No, just, Smitty, wanting to give him a lot of work there too, and so that's the only reason that we're switching them around a little bit. Well, not set in who's going to play short. I'd like to be clear on that. Yeah, Duran got the lion's share, but Smitty's been playing well. He's a batsman, I think, pretty good here, really good, and he's a really good shortstop. So I think Duran's third base. If there's one position that was the weaker one for him last year, was third base. And that's because he didn't get a lot of reps there. So I want to cover that, with him playing third base.
Jared Walsh has had, a couple of good MLB seasons and dealing with injury in recent years. And, it's spring and small sample size, but he's been looking pretty good when he's been playing. I was wondering what you've been seeing from him and his approach.
Well, we're really seeing good things. I think you look at the bats now. He's been facing a lot of lefties. Hit the home run. Yeah, he's had some strikeouts there, but we have seen it just the most left-handers I've seen in spring training. The run of them seems like there's a lot of them, but it's good for these guys to get the bats off them. But when he's right, he's a good hitter. He has discipline, he has power to all fields, and so I think he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. I know last year was a tough year for him, and coming back, he initially had a hard time getting things on track, but at the end, he was playing well. And you look at our situation, it's pretty nice to have a guy that wasn't that long ago, as you mentioned, that had his best baseball going for him. But it looks like he's gotten himself on track. So he's out there today, and he'll continue to get at bats.
What do you like most about his at bats against lefties, Walsh?
Well, you have to be honest. He has struck out the last few times off him, but he hangs in there. There's no bell on him. Again, hit the home run. He has experience hitting off them. But like all lefties on lefties, they need to see a lot of them and just have find a way to put a ball in play a little bit more.
So you got lighter pitching 1 inning today on the backfields. Is that just to keep his arm going, or are you looking at him in that?
You don't want these guys to go too long without getting on the bump. Basically, that's what that is, and he's got some innings coming up soon.
What do you think about Steve Helms with the guitar in the clubhouse?
Yeah, nice atmosphere. Yeah. It was entertaining. I think the guys had a little fun with it. You had to remind yourself what time of day it was, but it was. No, we appreciate him coming in and doing that.
I got him to play a Waylon song.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
All right.